All right, guys, we're gonna go over a little tech tip on these new large displacement V-Twins that use the MCU, the 1290 SuperDuke and the 1190 Adventure. So most of the time this should be pretty much set when you get it from the dealer. However, if for some reason you have to disconnect the battery, the clock resets. When you go to set the clock, it will actually, in some cases, turn on the service indicator date code, because when you index the time forward, it actually goes past the feature that's built in to remind you of service. We'll go over that. So I already disconnected the battery. We're going to cycle through till we get to the settings. I'm going to click that. As you can see, it's actually set at year 2013. It's actually set at military time, so unfortunately you can't change that. But we're going to go and change it. Right now it's almost 6 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and change this. So like I said, it is military time, so you got to add, obviously if it's the afternoon, you got to add 12. Day, it is the 16th. Just cycle through to the number you need, hitting the set button on the left-hand switch. Month, it is the July and 2014. Hit the back button and you're done. So what would happen, it might not show up right away, but once you start riding, it's actually going to show a service light, because I indexed the time or the date 1 year past what the original wake up date and time was on the MCU. So what you're going to do, look over here on the left hand handle switch. You're going to go back to your standard settings screen, which is what it comes up when it normally comes on. So this can happen at any point during the ride. It could be a mileage based service warning indicator or a time based service warning indicator. In this case, we're going to clear out the time based service indicator. So hold the up and down arrows for a hot second and look back at the screen. Alright, so it will come up with this secondary screen, which you cannot get to unless you hold those buttons down for about 5 to 6 seconds. So we have our service for in mileage, and again, all this is in metric, so we're in kilometers. We have yet to do the first service on this particular unit. So I'm going to cycle, I don't want to change that, I want to leave that alone. So we're going to go down to month. I'm going to hit the set button. It will cycle all the way through, back to 24, and then back to 1. Go all the way back to 12. That is the recommended static service interval. So even if you didn't ride your bike, it sat for a whole year, it would give you a little bit of a service indicator. And you can change this however you want. This is not more an issue with the mileage-based service, but again, leaving this alone and changing the date or indexing it forward is still going to bring up the service warning. So you can hit the back button, it goes back, turn the key off, wait 30 seconds or so, turn it on, and if the service light was on, which this one actually didn't go on, if we had ridden it, it would have come on. If the service light comes on, turn the key back on, you should the service indicator should be gone. So other than that, that's how to remove the service indicator based off the time, or if you end up changing the oil yourself, that'll do it. You can reset the mileage clock as well for your for the service indicator based off of mileage.